Audiobook summary of the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Call to action. Link in description there. Comes a moment in every person's life when the weight of expectations becomes too heavy to carry, when pleasing others becomes a prison, and when trying to control how you are seen becomes exhausting. That's where Mel Robbins drops her life-changing theory, and everything starts to shift. It's simple, it's radical, and it sets you free. She calls it the Let Them Theory, and it's not just a mindset, it's a revolution. If you've ever been overwhelmed by the opinions of others, drained by trying to fix what's not yours, or paralyzed by the need for approval, then this theory will feel like a breath of fresh air in a suffocating world. Mel Robbins begins by telling a raw personal story. She's in a moment of emotional chaos trying to plan a trip with family that seems to spiral out of control. Everyone has different opinions, nothing is going as planned. She's frustrated, angry, on edge. And then it hits her. Why is she trying so hard to control everything? Why does she care so much about everyone else's opinions? That's when the words "let them" pop into her mind like a lightning bolt. Let them want something different. Let them behave the way they do. Let them make noise. Let them complain. Let them leave early. Let them. She realizes that when you stop trying to control what's outside of you and focus on what's inside, everything gets lighter. From this insight, the Let Them Theory is born. Robbins explains that we spend so much of our lives consumed by what others think, trying to micromanage relationships' outcomes or how we are perceived. We twist ourselves into pretzels for people who might not even be thinking about us. We cancel our own joy to meet someone else's expectations. This theory asks us to stop. Let them do what they do while you stay grounded in your truth. It's not about indifference, it's about boundaries. It's about self-respect, it's about peace. The book explores the deep psychological roots of why we care so much. Robbins digs into neuroscience and trauma research, explaining how the need for control often comes from fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of judgment, fear of failure. She shows how we're programmed to seek safety and predictability and control, but that instinct no longer serves us when it starts suffocating our authenticity. The Let Them Theory becomes a tool to challenge those patterns. When we say "let them," we're actually saying, "I trust myself. One, choose me. I'm not here to manage your reality, I'm here to live mine." One of the most powerful chapters is about relationships. Robbins walks us through scenarios many of us know all too well. You invite someone out, they don't seem interested. Let them. Your partner snaps at you during a stressful moment. Let them. A friend pulls away. Let them. Not because you don't care, but because you choose not to control. You choose peace over chaos. This isn't about letting people walk all over you. It's about letting them be who they are so you can be who you are. If someone's behavior repeatedly hurts you, let them show you who they are and choose accordingly. Boundaries are an act of self-love, not punishment. Mel also explores how the Let Them Theory applies to success. People will doubt you, question. You talk about, you let them. People might say you're too much, too loud, too ambitious. Let them. Every time you bend to make others comfortable, you shrink yourself. Robbins urges us to stop seeking permission to live fully. She reminds us that the most successful people in the world are those who stopped asking for validation and just did what lit their soul on fire. She tells stories of business leaders, athletes, creators who rose above the noise by saying "let them" and moving forward with relentless self-trust. Another compelling chapter covers family dynamics. This is where things get deeply emotional. We all want to be loved and accepted by those closest to us, but Robbins shows how even our loved ones can project their fears onto us. Parents may not understand your choices. Siblings might judge your path. Partners might resist your growth. Let them. She's not saying give up on them. She's saying stop trying to convince them. Let your life be your message. Let your peace speak louder than your defense. You don't owe anyone an explanation for living your truth. One of the standout parts of the book is how practical it is. Robbins doesn't just inspire, she teaches. She gives step-by-step ways to implement the theory in your daily life. She encourages readers to pause before reacting, to ask themselves, am I trying to control something here? Is this mine to carry? Can I let them and still be okay? She provides journal prompts, mindset shifts, real-life examples. She makes the theory feel not just doable but urgent. Every reader is invited to try it for just one day and watch how things change. Conversations get easier. Stress fades. Your nervous system calms. Your confidence returns. She also dives into social media and the public gaze. In a world where everyone has a platform and opinions fly fast, Robbins reminds us to let them. Let the strangers on the internet think what they think. Let the critics talk. Let the haters hate. What matters is how you see yourself, how you show up when no one is watching. She emphasizes that the only person who needs to be proud of you is you, and when you get grounded in that kind of self-worth, nothing and no one can shake you. One of the most emotional moments comes when Mel shares how this theory helped her navigate one of the darkest periods of her life. She was dealing with deep family tension, personal insecurities, and professional burnout. The Let Them Theory wasn't just an idea, it became her anchor. It helped her let go of what she couldn't change. It helped her stop begging people to see her worth. It helped her finally breathe. She describes how her relationships changed, how her peace grew, and how she finally felt free. Her vulnerability in this section is gripping and relatable. The theory doesn't mean we become passive or disengaged. Robbins is clear about this. It doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop over-functioning. We stop managing everyone else's emotions. We stop living our lives trying to win someone else's approval. When we say let them, we're not giving up, we're letting go. And in letting go, we get our life back. Robbins also connects the let them theory with a bigger cultural shift. She argues that we're entering a new era of personal growth, one that's not about hustling or achieving or fixing, but about allowing, about receiving, about trusting. She challenges the idea that we have to do more to be worthy. Instead, she invites us to simply be. Let the world spin, let people talk, let life unfold. You focus on being the most real, honest, and grounded version of you. The closing chapters are especially empowering. Robbins circles back to the origin of the theory and reminds us how much freedom is found in those two little words. She invites readers to build a let them life, a life where you stop controlling and start living, where you release expectations and return to peace, where you let others be and let yourself thrive. The power of this book lies in its clarity. It doesn't try to fix everything. It gives you permission to stop, to breathe, to let go. In the end, this is more than a book. It's a movement, a mindset, a return to self. Whether you're in a difficult relationship, a toxic work environment, or just stuck in your head, the let them theory is a lifeline. Mel Robbins doesn't just speak from a stage, she speaks from the trenches. From a place of lived truth, she offers us not just advice but a way out, a path back to calm, back to confidence, back to you. Let them doubt. You let them talk. Let them misunderstand. You stay rooted. You stay true. You keep going. Link in description.